Welcome to Rokk Around the Clock. Daily cloud gaming news live at the same time, Monday to Friday. But first, if you're new to the show, please subscribe and hit the bell. If you'd like to support the channel, why not hit the join button on the channel homepage and become a member of Team Rokk. Hello! Howdy. Hopefully you can all hear me okay. You know what I'm like. I like to experiment and try different things, right? And today is an experiment. So I'm hoping it's all going to work fine. You guys are going to have to tell me. So what I'm doing is for those a little bit more in the know about these things, I'm using OBS, but I'm streaming through Melon. Why, Rokk? Well, I'll tell you why. One, it's actually quite easy for me to be able to whack up the old chat and hi everybody. How's it going? It's Angry. Thank you, my friend, for popping in. But as well as that, and there's young Ray, look at that. I'm also streaming to multiple platforms. For the first time, Rokk Around the Clock is going out to Facebook, Twitch and YouTube, so you can watch on any of those platforms. I'm trying to build the Facebook profile at the moment. RokkShow and Rock Players has always gone out to those platforms, but this is the first time that Rokk Around the Clock has. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Audio is fine. That's cool. Thank you. It's Angry. Brilliant stuff. So what are the downsides? The downsides are that the resolution that I normally stream at is 1440/60 full clock, but via Melon it's topped out at 1080/30. So a little bit of a drop in quality, but because we are by and large a fairly static screen, I don't think it's going to really suffer. So we'll see how it goes, guys, but it does give me the advantage to be able to do multi-platform and to manage the chat, which is what we're doing here. So let's have a little look at how many of you fantastic people are here. We have Joe! Hey! How's it going with your angry chickens, my friend? Young John. Now, how many of you eagle-eyed folk spotted a tweet that I put out just before going live? Let me see, see if I can find it in a second. A little tweet that I put out just before going live. And it said, very simply, big news soon. And there was a picture of a lovely lady with a Santa hat and a clock. And then mine and John's mugs. Now, you know, we did a big old tease just before the end of Stadia, and we had to pull that because of the end of Stadia. But I did say we would try really hard to bring it back, and that's exactly what we're doing, guys. You're hearing it first. It is going to be amazing. John and I have been desperately trying to get this back on the tracks, and you guys are going to benefit. So watch out for that soon. We're just putting the finishing touches to everything, and then we'll be doing a very special live stream where we will let you know everything. And it's amazing. You're going to love it. You will. You're going to love it. I promise you. You're going to love it. So that's coming up. Excuse moi. What else we got? We got a load of cloud gaming news, guys, today. Plus, I'm guessing there's a few of you in the house that are quite keen to know whether you're going to win a copy of God of War Ragnarok plus 60 days PlayStation Premium, because of course it went live today, and today the competition is now over. I can confirm that there has been a winner chosen at random, and I spent a little bit of time double checking and verifying the conditions that they had to do to qualify to enter, because believe it or not, there were a fair few that hadn't done them all. But I verified it. I haven't let them know yet, so if they're watching today, and I don't know, because some people watch and they don't necessarily go into the chat, do they? So you can never be really sure. But it don't matter none. Oh, look at this. I tried a new thing that I've not seen before. A Q&A thing, a bit like a poll, but it's a Q&A in the chat. And, excuse me. And it's great to see that a couple of you have given it a go. And we've got It's Angry. Excuse me. He says another giveaway. And Person D18 who says a sponsorship with a big brand. One of those is wrong. And I'm not saying which. But we will be, I'm really hopeful, we will be exposing you to our big news in the next day or so. So watch this space. So yeah, we'll be announcing the verified winner of the amazing Ragnarok. I don't even have it myself, guys. I've not even played it myself. I don't know. I've kind of been hoping. I was hoping that it would kind of come out on PC so I could buy it cheap, because I am a skinflint. There's no question of it. I put all my money into giveaways. But I was reading an article just now and they said it probably isn't going to come out on Steam until 2026. Below that, I might have to ask Father Christmas for a copy. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Who else we got? We got Crow. Resin. How are you, my friend? Thanks for popping in. It's Angry 15 says the time has come. It has. Oh, bless you. All members are manually added, and if you entered yourselves as well, don't worry. You were all added into the prize entry anyway. As you know, anyone who is a member of Team Rokk, and it's it's not very much, less than a price of a cup of coffee a month, you automatically get entered into all my giveaways, and there's at least, I was going to say one a week. Sometimes there isn't. It depends on the value of the prize. But there are 3 today. Well, 2 now, because this one has finished. But as it hasn't been announced yet, you can arguably say there were 3. So there was Ragnarok. Still going is the opportunity to win Callisto Protocol, plus 60 days of an ultimate gaming subscription of your choice between PS Plus, GFN 3080 and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate. That one runs until the 2nd of December, so you've got about 24 days left, I think, on that one. And of course, this Friday I'm giving away 3 60-day accounts for Black Nut, which I've said to you guys before. I reviewed it, I loved it. I think it's a brilliant option. It's the closest thing outside of Luna to Stadia right now, particularly if you have a family. So I've collaborated, I've partnered up with Black Nut, bless them, and they've let me have some accounts. So that's going to be this Friday. All you've got to basically do is go and check my tweets on at RokkShow, where I'll do another big one later for that one, because it may not have been too obvious. I wish you could pin more than one tweet, but you can't. So I might have to do one tweet that mentions all of the current giveaways, but the details are all there. So that's all really, really good, isn't it? Excellent stuff. Hope you can still hear me and everything is sounding good. Mugen Live. Guten Abend, mein Freund. How are you, my friend? What is it now? It's 6:15. 1, 2, 3, 4. Funkset. Is that correct? I kind of lose it at the 5 and the 6. But it's about 6:15 for you in Germany, in Deutschland. And also, Person D as well says, Guten Abend. Hassi Deutsch sprechen. And I speak a couple of words, but to my eternal shame, the best I can ever do in any language is say hello, good morning, how are you? A lot of people learn how can I, buy a beer, but I don't drink. So apart from water, here This is squash in here, and I know when speaking to you, my American friends in the past, and possibly outside the UK, I'm not really sure, but certainly squash is a UK thing, and it's basically a concentrate flavour that you add to water. This is orange. They come in all sorts of flavours, pear and black currant and blueberry and all sorts of stuff. It's massive in the UK. So you just, you get your water, very boring, put a small amount of concentrate juice, squash, into the water, and then you have a lovely tasting water. And you can get sugar-free as well and all that stuff. But somebody really ought to be exporting it outside the UK, Who else have we got here? This is fantastic to see so many of you. Geek to Sneak, how are you, brother? He's a 3-star, 4-star, is Geek to Sneak. Thank you for joining me today, as always, my good buddy. And Pycon. Pycon's got in nice and early today. Yahoo! And Adam Roukster. How you doing, Adam? Good to see you, buddy. Well, look at those biceps, man. I've never seen you that big before on the normal stream. You're a tiny little icon. That's impressive stuff. Given as well that what we were saying the other day with the condition that you struggle with at night. That's interesting. You obviously look after yourself. Who else we got here? I'm getting old, but I can still hear you okay, so far anyway. Do you know, I genuinely have not met anybody else as old as me in the community, whether it was initially Stadia, and of course it's widened out now to include a whole bunch of new folks. But honestly, I am, and I don't care. Because it allows me to bring a certain level of wisdom, I say, and you guys don't seem to mind either. So just think of me as your big brother, or your uncle. Don't think of me as your dad. That's wrong. You already got one of those. Ray is showing me what looked like a pair of hands, but when they were looking very small in the chat, I had to look twice. Big hands up to you as well, my friend. Haven't checked the latest news. The last time I looked on the votes, it looked like the House was an almost dead cert for the GOP, but the Senate was in the balance, so it was currently showing as with the Democrats. I think they had one extra seat in the Senate, but there was still something like 5 to call or something, so it could go either way. But I think it'd be really cool. I think if the Republicans take the House, personally, I think it's fair for balance politically if the Senate is the Democrats, either or. That way you kind of get checks and balances, don't you? So I hope that's going to be the case. And very interesting. I was up quite early watching it. I know a lot of you guys were probably watching it until quite late. I see that quite a few states have legalized marijuana. I've never taken it. I've never even smoked a cigarette. This is the honest truth. I've never even smoked a cigarette, let alone anything else slightly more illicit. So I have no idea. But I know that a lot of people swear by the product of marijuana for various health reasons. So, I think on those grounds, and we live in such a stressful time, don't we? That, at the end of the day, if it gets you through the night, as John Lennon once sang. Who else we got? Oh, we've got some guys in from Twitch. Mugen Live has made his way over to Twitch. Hype, hype, hype. Thank you, brother. See, it shows me where and whence you're from. I didn't realise, because when I was streaming RokkShow yesterday, my blessed brother, my dear brother, was watching on Facebook, and he was leaving messages, and I never saw them. And I thought, I've got to find a way that I can monitor stuff. So I think this is working. So hopefully we're going out on Facebook and Twitch, as well as YouTube. As I said, slight degradation of quality, because I'm going via OBS through Melon, and down to 1080 from my normal 1440, but Melon does a bit of compression, and then of course YouTube will do some compression as well. Nice music today, says Joe. Thanks, Joe. This is the same album that I play every day, funnily enough, but it's on shuffle, so you might be hearing tracks you've not heard before. Plus, I think I may have it up a little louder than normal, but I have this thing called ducking that I apply to my voice. So when I talk, it suppresses the audio from the music. So if I pause for a bit, you get to hear more of it, but because it's slightly louder, you're hearing it a little bit more than you would normally hear. So person says, yeah, I thought you got a sponsorship with a company or something like that. So I think the other day I did say, when I was streaming, what was it called? Crikey, I've forgotten now. Star Ocean, I think it was. That was a game provided to me by Square Enix, and under the terms of the provision, I had to say that it was sponsored by them. And in truth, they gave me something of value, so, I have to kind of declare that. But no, I don't have any long-term sponsor. I certainly would love to have someone sponsor a show, or that's going to come. I'm really excited, guys. I went over 2,400 subscribers today. Woohoo! Thank you guys so much. I never thought I'd see the day. I was amazed when I went through 2,000 and I didn't say anything about it, because it kind of felt like, there are people out there with 6,000, 10,000. There's nothing, is it? But ever since then, it's just kept going, and I'm super duper excited. It's amazing. Who else we got? We got Barclay. Guten Abend, Barclay. How are you, my friend? Good to see you, dude. We're going to move quickly now over to Larry the Laptop. So everything's the same, but I'm doing it all through Melon. And we got Vet, got my very good friend Vet. You had me in tears with that comment on Twitter. I know. It made me chuckle when I saw you said that. Well, mate, you put these plates of food up and they look so unhealthy. Appetizing. Don't get me wrong, they look tasty. But this was the first time it's avocados and chorizo and salad. I thought, my God, Vet, what's happened? You've been taken over by demons or something. The spoiler alert, the big news is Vet ate a healthy meal for dinner. It's true. You should see him. Vet posts, apart from on his own cloud gaming channel, he's often posting photos of what he eats on the GeForce Now Ambassadors Discord, and which he does pretty much on a daily basis. And I look at it and go, that looks nice, but that's a heart attack in the waiting. And he turns up with this rather healthy looking meal today. BB, we haven't got there yet. But I'm going to be announcing it before the end of the show. Don't you worry. As I said at the outset, a winner has been chosen at random, and then I took a little bit of time to verify that they'd been through all the various steps. You know how it works, and I can tell you that someone has won, and luckily for them, they had ticked all the boxes as well. They don't know themselves yet they've won. I haven't told them, and I'm not saying who it is until towards the end of the show, but I do have it ready to tell you. Right, so let's see, we'll quickly finish this run through and we'll get over to the news. Amy Katana, DA, how are you? What does DA stand for? Is that district of something, or is it just an abbreviation of a much longer name? Lovely to see you though, thank you for popping in. We got Phipps as well. Buenos dias, says Phipps. That's not your normal language now, Phipps, is it? I do love the fact that I've got so many European friends that pop into the show. Because you know me, guys, pro-European, anti-Brexit, a total Remainer. I cried the day of the referendum, I swear to God I did. And I still haven't got over it, to be quite honest. I'm looking forward to the day when we can be closer once more, which I'm hoping will be sooner than later. There are four seats left in play for the Senate. Thanks, Vet. Could you update me on what it is currently? I think it was 48-47 the last time I looked, so it's got to be 48-48 or 49-47 according to the four. But Georgia, it's going to do a runoff. Oh, they are. Okay, I know they've been tight all day, haven't they? So they've got an early runoff in December. I think it's December the 6th. Am I right in saying? So that's a bit of annoyance, because that means that unless there's a runaway success, it means that one or the other is going to have to wait for another month until we know that. But hey, you guys don't want me prattling on about about politics, do you? When do we find out who won, says Fleeman Roy. Fleeman Roy, it's going to be coming up towards the end of the show, my friend. So stick around and you will know. But in the meantime, I've got some news. Miss T, congrats to you. Nobody's won it yet, but you and your bulldog, I saw you sneaking in right at the end there. I saw you. Don't worry, if you remember, you were already in. You were already in anyway. And here we have Gizmo Duck Austria. Fantastic. We've got an Austrian in the house as well. I love this. I love it. Hey everyone, and hey to you, Gizmo Duck. I love having so many of you from so many different countries. So Vet says 57 house seats left in play. 175 Democrats, 203 Republicans. Yeah, I mean, I think we can safely say, I mean, it could go the other way, but I think it's a fairly safe Republican win on the House, I think. Right, guys, let's get ourselves over to the news laptop. What have we got? We've got 35 minutes. I may or may not tell you who the winner is before the end of the show, so don't think you're going to just come back in 20 minutes and I'm going to tell you. I know how you guys work. Oh, I see, Miss T22. Thank you. This is the trouble with me working slowly through the chat. Bless you. Thank you so much. Well, at the end of the day, it's down to you guys. That's all I can say. So it's amazing. And there's sorry, wrong one. Where are we? Let's go back, Martin. And here we are. Look, and we've got our Norwegian fan as well, our Norwegian friend, I should say. Salut, Rokk. Comment vas tu? Yeah, I'm good. Hope you are as well. Is that like ça va? Ça va bien, merci. Ça va bien, merci. Right, let's take a look at the news today. I've got a few. We may not get through all of these. Some of these are held over from Monday. If you remember Monday, I did a lot of this. There's a lot of this going on. And we kind of ran out of time. So we'll check through these and see where we are. I'm going to start as I normally do. Oh yeah, I've got a new feature on this. I'll show you in a second. Let me just zoom in. We covered this on RokkShow yesterday anyway, so we won't hang around. But basically, Game Pass is introducing the Friends and Family subscription. This is already out in the Republic of Ireland and Colombia, I think it's Colombia. Let me just double check. It might be somewhere more Asian than that. We'll come on to it in a second. This was Colombia. There we go, Colombia. This is our good friend Fabled Alpaca who wrote this over at Cloud Dosage. So look at this. I've got this new highlighting tool that allows me to highlight stuff in pages, close it down, go away, and every time I open the page up, it's still there. So up to 4 people, including 5 if you include yourself. You pay $21.99. That's a euro, but it's probably going to be very, very similar to that. This is the only problem with using Melon, by the way. On my old school one, the chats would disappear automatically. I've got to get rid of them. I need to keep an eye on that. But basically, yeah, for 22. So at the moment, it's about 12 euros, I believe. 15 euros, there you go. 15 euros a month for a single Game Pass Ultimate, which of course includes PC, Xbox and cloud. And the cloud is amazing. It is stunning. I played cripes 3 or 4 games over the last day, just trying out cloud. And I mean, and I do play it often. If I play anything on Xbox, I always play it on the cloud if it's available. I was blown away, guys. It is perfect. It's absolutely brilliant. So $15, excuse me, $15. I didn't actually say how much dollarage it was. They've got Colombian and euro, but it's roughly speaking about $25. Okay, you get five friends or family can be part of your group. They don't even need to live in the same house as you, but they do need to be in the same country. Fair enough. You can, of course, divide that up amongst you if you want to. That's the clever thing to do. Find 4 people who are prepared to give you what's the equivalent of $5 or less. which is a significant saving for all of you, of course. And each instance of every game is unique to you. So you don't need to worry about picking up a game and finding that someone else has started it, which happens to me all the time. You can just jump in and play your game. So it's really cool. If you already, like me, have Game Pass Ultimate, I pre-bought about 3 years of mine when I bought my Series X. But they will convert that into the friends and family accounts. Whatever time you've got left, they'll convert it into friends and family. So as it says here, 30 days would be the equivalent of about 18 days. So in my case, it expires in March. Therefore, you're looking at about, 52%, 53, 50, call it 55% of that time left. So March is 4, plus we've got another 2, 3, so about 6 months. So I'd have about 4 months left of Game Pass Ultimate, but I'd be able to share that with 4 or 5 other people. Absolutely stunning. It's all good stuff, isn't it? Oh, Geek Coffee Talk 2 releases. Excellent. Wow, that's a good... I must get that on stream as well, my friend. I keep promising to do that, don't I? And we have the One King. Is it still possible to join the giveaway? Not for this one, my friend. I'm really sorry. Not for Ragnarok. I've already chosen the winner. Well, I haven't chosen. They were chosen at random, but I've verified the winner. So I can't. But you can join the Callisto Protocol giveaway that I'm also running, and that one is for the game on any platform. So if you're PlayStation, you can have it on PlayStation. Plus, I'm also giving away 60 days again of PlayStation Plus Premium or GeForce Now 3080 if you want the Steam version. But I think it's going to come to GFN. And on top of that, Game Pass Ultimate. So you've got a choice of those 3 and a choice of the game anywhere. All you got to do, go to my Twitter, look for my pinned tweet, and it tells you exactly what you need to do there, my friend. So all's well. And then this Friday, I'm giving away one of 3 copies of 60 Days of Black Nut. Black Nut is an amazing cloud gaming platform, a bit like Netflix, tons and tons of games to play. Brilliant family tools as well, so you can give a little account to all members of your family. They can all play individually, and you can set ratings. So if you've got young ones, you can set it so they can only play up to a certain rating on a game. Really, really cool. And I've got 3 copies of that to give away this Friday. I'll be doing another tweet later on how to enter that one, but it's very similar to what you would have been doing for Callisto or for Ragnarok. So it's still all good, still loads to play for. I love cloud gaming. Oh, brilliant stuff, One King. Same here, you've come to the right place. This is where we talk cloud gaming every single day. I give away, I try to make all my giveaways related to cloud. Now, of course, Ragnarok at this moment in time is purely PlayStation. And there is no cloud version, which is a deviation. But I love the original game, which is on Steam and is available to play on GeForce Now. So it will come eventually, I'm absolutely sure. So grab yourself a copy of Callisto via that tweet. And also, I'm not allowed to tell you on YouTube officially what you need to do, but it's out in my Twitters, in the Twittersville. So if you get out there, and it's very similar, it's even easier than the other 2 to join and potentially bag yourself. Plus, guys, if you've never tried GeForce Now, or if you've tried the free version and you just kind of felt it wasn't really what you were interested in, I can give you 3 days for free of GeForce Now Priority Edition. All you got to do is hit me up in Twitter, let me know, maybe DM me. I can get you a code for that, no cost at all, no obligations, no need to do anything else, okay? The only caveats are that you mustn't have had a Priority or a 3080 account before. So as long as you've had a free account, or you've never tried it, I can let you have a free 3-day priority code. So there you go. Just ping me on Twitter and I will sort your retweet. Okay, let's get back to the news. Where are we? We got a few more minutes. What else we got? Some good stuff. Oh, now then, I'm going to do these kind of in reverse order, I think. Firstly, Cyberpunk 2077 big patch came out, I believe, yesterday. And the only reason for mentioning this is that, yep, it's on Steam, and yes, it is on GeForce Now. Brilliant. And the patch will be automatically applied to GeForce Now. But also, bless them, they added some improvements for Google Stadia as well. So if you have the Stadia version, which I do, then you can benefit from those fixes. And of course, CD Projekt Red have also published how you can migrate your progress across to the PC version. So if you go along to their website, I think they've got details, or check out their tweets to tell you how to do it. You still have to buy the game, but if you had Stadia, then they're going to give you the price of the game back anyway. So it's entirely up to you how you want to run that. But yeah, there's a bunch of fixes, a bunch of new stuff. It's looking really great. So wherever you play your Cyberpunk, make sure you get it updated, or if you play it on Boosteroid, or if you play it on GeForce Now, then it'll be updated for you anyway. Right, what else we got? We've got some more Cloud Dose. No, we won't do that one, because that one has kind of been and gone. Black Nut, I was going to run you through Black Nut, actually, particularly those guys that haven't seen it before. I know there's a few of you that are joining me today, bless you, who haven't seen any of the previous shows. And back in October, I did some shows every day where I looked at every one of the different cloud gaming platforms with an account, opened it up, checked it out, how easy was it to use, and so on and so forth. So I did a good Black Nut one, and my verdict at the end of the day was that they're a really good alternative for people with families and casual gamers. But before the week is out, which probably means tomorrow, we'll fire Black Nut up again for those of you that hadn't seen that first time around, and we'll have a little look at it. That's that one. Chained. This is news today. Before we go there, though, I'm going to say hello to my good friend Demi, Goddess of Gaming. How are you? What have you been taking photos in? Have you been doing some Plague Tale Requiem? They've got an amazing camera on Plague Tale Requiem. And do you know what I love about it as well? Is when you go to photo mode on Requiem, you still get some of the sound effects. So if you're by the beach and you go to photo mode, everything's frozen, but you can hear the seagulls and the waves and all that stuff. It's just, it's lovely. And, you know, if you're in a crowd, you can hear people laughing and stuff. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. And here's a little pro tip for you guys. I don't know how many people do this. I'm sure it's not just me. Whatever game you play, if it has a photo mode, and if it's Plague Tale Requiem as a classic, Cyberpunk's very, very much the same, Red Dead Redemption, if you think that there might be an enemy around the corner, or you've got to stealth your way and find something, put it in photo mode and fly your camera around and have a look around the environment. I did it all the time with Plague Tale. So, you know, if you come up to an area and there's soldiers and you have to stealth your way around them and stuff, I go to photo mode and then I check all of them out, see where they all are, work out the path and everything. There you go. Little pro tip for you guys. You get it all here, don't you? Chained Echoes coming to Game Pass Ultimate. So it's coming to Xbox soon. I don't know a great deal about this, but there is a ton. You know, if you've got Game Pass Ultimate, or if you've got PlayStation Plus Premium, or if you just go to the Epic Store and grab games, or just keep your ears to the ground, I picked up 2 amazing demo games off of Steam, one of which I'm desperate to stream because it is one of the most beautiful games I've ever seen, and I'm going to try and stream. I might do it later, or I may do it tomorrow, but I'm going to try and stream it because it blew me away. It's absolutely drop dead gorgeous. But you know, if you've got any of those, you've suddenly got a massive game library. It's getting ridiculous. Anyway, that's coming soon. Chained Echoes. I think it's a JRPG. So if you're into your Genshin Impacts and your Final Fantasies and all that malarkey, then there's one for you. Quick. What we got? We got 20 minutes. That's cool. What else we got, Rock? We have got another game coming to GeForce Now this time, The Unliving. Be a necromancer. From Team 17, raise the dead as a fearsome necromancer in the dark world of the unliving. Lead your undead armies into the endless fight in this roguelite action RPG game. Burn cities to ash with devastating magic spells. I'm not a roguelite fan. I've got to be honest with you. I like to progress. I don't like them knocking me back every 5 minutes. Enjoy your lunch, Adam. I don't know what you're having today, my friend. A bologna sandwich. Second, stay home and play. That's what I say. So much of it. Geek is going to be lurking. That's absolutely perfect. Gotham Knights. No, it's not. It's not Gotham Knights with the amazing graphics, I promise you. Sean, how are you, my good friend? Great to see you in the chat. Thank you for popping in, buddy. And you entered the competition as well, didn't you? I was just saying to everybody, the winner has been chosen and verified. They don't know it themselves yet, but I will be announcing them within the next 20 minutes. So stay tuned for that. Not the wheel, though. I don't have the wheel today, but I do have their name and it'll pop up on the screen. So if they're watching, they could get very, very excited. What's Martin saying? Oh my God, that is cool, Rokk. Something I've never been thinking about doing. Yes, photo mode. Use it as a tool to get through the game. I do it all. I've done it for years. Do it all the time. You just put it on photo mode. Whether it's what was the other game I used to use it a lot in? The Japanese game on PlayStation. It reminded me of Nagasaki. Anyway, just drop it into photo mode, and then you can only go so far with the camera, but the radius is normally enough to allow you to scout the area and work out what's coming up. A little treat. How's it going, William? Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for popping in, my friend. And Wolock is good. He's as busy as Bumblebee. Sean uses his Steam Deck to play all of the cloud gaming platforms and absolutely loves it, which is great news. So anyway, The Unliving, there you go, another one. It's a roguelite, not my thing, but if it's your thing, it's there for you, so that's got to be good. A little update to the Steam database. It recently seemed to imply that Returnal is coming to PC. No great surprise, because as you know, it's been a thing for Sony now for the last year or two. Gradually they've been moving their big IP over to PC. And as I was saying at the top of the show, the rumours are that yes, Ragnarok will come to Steam, but not for another 2 or 3 years. But anyway, Returnal's a great game. I've got this one over on my PS5. Absolutely fantastic game. And as we can see here, we've got a little bit of a code sneaky code here. Save file path, and then it says Returnal. So very likely, and I'm not hugely surprised, I think we will start to see more and more PlayStation only IP coming to Steam, but that's a great game. Again, it is roguelike or roguelite, but they added to the game later. It was very difficult when it launched. They added to the game later to make it a little bit easier, so you can kind of save your place as you go through the game. Great game, beautiful looking game, a kind of arcade meets RPG meets roguelite. Definitely one to check out, guys. Yep, he does indeed, says Sean. The deck is my thing and I love it. Yeah, absolutely, buddy. As did I, and the only reason I sent mine back was I just looked at it. It had been sat there for like a week and a half, and I thought, I'm not going to use it, am I? Let's got to be honest with it. It just turned out that I was able to get a refund back from Valve. They were great. I think I was 2 days over the official return date. I didn't even realise they have no questions asked. Return it within 14 days. So I got in touch with them, bless them. Free courier, sent it back. It was in pristine condition, to be fair. I'd hardly used it at all. Wiped it, of course, sent it back and got my money back. Bless them. So that was absolutely cool. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, don't forget to hit the like, and that's much appreciated. If you're not a subscriber, please do. But if you are a subscriber, then you're in the chat, because it's subscribers only chat on all my shows. Rahid, what else we got? And then we got a couple of minutes to have a look at Ragnarok. So we recently covered the fact that if you remember, the UK authority had been looking at the Microsoft Activision deal, and it was, there was questions being asked, and then the European Union sent Microsoft a list of questions that they wanted answering, on the proviso that if they didn't get answers, they would press the button and they would go all out as well for an in-depth investigation. Well, we knew, because we covered this last week, Microsoft had not responded. And the deadline had gone, and it's been confirmed indeed today, or in fact yesterday, that the EU has instigated an in-depth investigation. Now that means that's not great news for Microsoft. They've got a couple of options, to be fair. They could just go ahead, as long as it's been cleared by the US, it's a deal that's going to happen in America. They could just go ahead. And they could pay a hefty fine if there is one to the EU. The problem is that they may be banned from publishing games in the European Union if they're found to be guilty of whatever transgressions their in-depth investigation's looking for. That could get a bit... I'm surprised that they didn't work with them, to be fair. They've got an army, an absolute high-rise block full of lawyers. It wouldn't have been a huge distraction. And a lot of that data and information they'd already put together for the UK. So, thank you. Thank you. It's the end of the song. But anyway, they didn't. There you go. They've now got to deal with that. I don't know whether it's going to hold up the deal. I doubt it. But there probably would be fines. The EU, you've got to bear in mind, the EU is the second largest trading bloc in the world behind America. So you don't ignore them. You ignore them at your peril, because if they ban you from trading or charge you a hefty fine, you could be looking in the hundreds of millions of dollars, not just a few million. So there you go. I'm sure it'll be fine. I think the deal will go ahead anyway. But they're now got to go through a lengthy process, which is just silly, isn't it? Chariot, how are you, brother? Good to see you. What's up, Rokk? What's up, Rokk? Remember that one? Oh dear, those was the days. Nakinu! Hey chat, who else forgot to bump the like button? Oh, bless you. Thank you, my friend. It's very generous of you to hit the like button. It does certainly help. The key thing is the way it works, the way the algorithm works, is it simply is looking to match content that you like with other people that it believes shares your interests. So if you like cloud gaming, for example, and you subscribe to my show and you watch some of my content, no one's expecting you to watch a lot or all of it, and most importantly that you watch it beyond the first 3 minutes. What then happens is the algorithm goes, okay, this guy says it's about cloud gaming and it's GeForce Now and it's xCloud and so on, and in fact a lot of people are liking that content, they're leaving comments, they're engaging, and they're watching beyond the first 3 minutes. So I'm going to put that as a suggestion to this guy who also likes cloud gaming, because that's the content he looks for. That's all it is. It's nothing more than that. So, if you do like content, then subscribe and like their stuff. And, put a little comment in and watch for more than 3 minutes. Because if you're anything like me, you go, oh, this sounds boring. But there's so much work goes into this stuff. That's the thing. Anyway, let's have another look at the next news. I think we're almost at the top of the news list here, guys. We've done Returnal, we've done Cyberpunk, we've done Activision, we've done that new game there. We have done... did we do that one? Did we do this one? Let's have a look. There's nothing happening. Come on, white screen, give me some news. news. Oh, I know what this is. I know. This is just a live view of xCloud. I like to have a little look at this a couple of times a week, see what is new. And in fact, the answer is nothing since the last time I looked. So there you go. Scorn I finished and Plague Tale I finished. Absolutely, both of those fantastic games. I've given Ghost Song a little bit of a play. It's good, but it's a bit roguelite, and that's not my thing. I had a little look at Signalis. Monkey Island I played last night. That's amazing, and it looks gorgeous on xCloud. Football Manager 23 is out now as well, and you can play it on xCloud if that's your thing. Then go and give that a go. And Persona 5 Royal looks amazing as well. It's a really interesting game. So there's a ton of stuff going on there. If you've got Game Pass Ultimate, of course, which we don't all have. We do have a bunch of new PlayStation 5 PS Plus premium games coming up soon, including, I think it's 4 or 5 Ratchet and Clank titles, which, if you're into your Ratchet and Clank, I think they're celebrating, I want to say 25 years, but I don't think it's that long. I think it's 16 years or something. And so there is now almost all of the Ratchet and Clank titles on that you can play in the PlayStation Plus arena, apart from Drift in or Drift Away or Drift in Space or Rift in Time or whatever it's called, but you know, they're all going to be coming. Martin says, I think Microsoft knew there'd be a second part, so they didn't want to bring all the trading cards to the regulations. Yeah, but I hear you, but it's not a game, is it? I mean, it's business, and you kind of want to get that whole process out the way and done with, so you can get on with the deal. Kirekis Lorand, how are you? Do you think the Midnight Suns will be available on GFN? I think eventually. Let me. Is it on Steam already? Let's go and have a look and see on Steam. Steam. The answer is I don't know, to be honest. You know about Marvel's Midnight Suns, yeah? Or part of the Midnight Sun. You must be you almost certainly this one, aren't you? I'm just trying to think, because as you may or may not know, I'm a GeForce Now ambassador, so I do kind of get to see stuff ahead of time. But the honest answer is, for now, I don't know. Firaxis Games, that's interesting. Firaxis, is that something to do with trees? I'm sure it's a type of tree. I'll keep my ear to the ground for you, though, and I will come back and let you know what I hear. Wolok says no, he doesn't think it will be. It's difficult to know, isn't it? But the truth is, it's not that difficult to get a game onto GeForce Now. When publishers publish their games to Steam, there's a little checkbox that says, would you like this game to be on GeForce Now? And they check the box, and then the heavy lifting gets done by the guys over at Nvidia. That, you know, they work with them. There's not a massive amount of work involved, because ultimately they're all Windows games, right? So, you know, it's not that hard a thing to do, but some companies just seem to have a reticence for it. I have no idea why, because any games that come to GeForce Now get heavily promoted, not just by Nvidia, but by us in the community as well. So that equals additional sales. It's not like it's watering down sales. I don't know. I just do not know, my friend. How is it? How much is it? It's £50 UK. So it's about getting on for about $60 at the moment, I guess. But fingers crossed. In course, in time. I mean, it came out. Oh, it's not even out yet. Okay, so right, coming December. Right. So we've got 24 days, haven't we? We've got 3 weeks before it comes out. So it's a possibility. We won't know. Even ambassadors, we don't get told. We get told about 2 days before the public what's coming out in that week. So I don't know right now, and as far as the GeForce Now guys are brilliant. They work fantastically with ambassadors. They're always very, very tight-lipped about relationships with publishers and anything they're working on, rightly so. You know, loose ships sink ships and all that. So I've not heard, but I would say that the key thing is, if you were thinking of buying it for PC, I mean, if you were thinking of getting it for PlayStation, for example, and you were going, well, I don't know whether to go for PlayStation or whether to buy it on Steam, but I'm only going to play it on GeForce Now if I buy it through Steam, then I would just say sit back and wait. There'll be an announcement before it goes live if it is coming to GeForce Now. But if you were going to buy it and play it on PC irregardless, then buy it. Because you're going to play it on PC anyway. You're going to buy it on PC to play it on GeForce Now. So, you know, you might just be lucky. But that's a good question. Thank you for asking it. And I will keep my ears to the ground on that one. Doobity-doo, doobity-dee, right. Well, makes a good point. Like most big games, especially PS games, maybe Boosteroid. Yeah, Boosteroid is just, at the end of the day, a virtual PC instance that you can play your games in, so they don't have to go through that process. The downside is you don't get any of the kind of touch controls that are worked through for GeForce, or any of the additional functions that the GeForce Now app brings in its partnerships. But you do get to play anything that you own as long as Boosteroid have got an instance of it. And I have got some Boosteroid codes to give away, possibly next week. So this week I'm giving away Black Nut. Next week or the week after, I have some Boosteroid codes. So watch out for that, guys. It's all coming. Right. I think that'll do for us on the old news front. What say you? Should we shut down Larry and go back to the main screen? Let's do it. Okie dokie. Ragnarok. And of course, they've spelled it wrong. I don't know if you guys noticed this. They spelled it wrong. They spelled it Rag, R-A-G, N-O, Ragnar, anyway, they didn't, they spelled a 1K at the end. Everybody knows it's 2 Ks. Rock is 2 Ks. Should have been Ragnarok. So, for the past couple of weeks, we've been running a competition for one lucky person in the world to win a copy of God of War Ragnarok, which went live today, plus 60 days of PlayStation Plus Premium. Wow! I have to say, guys, this has been my most successful giveaway ever. I mean, I've just had hundreds of entries. There's no way I could have done this as the wheel of what's-its-face. You would have had micro pixel-sized people. So I used Gleam, and Gleam's brilliant because it collates them all. It shows you the ones that did all the steps. So all I had to do was have it choose me one at random and then go in, check they've done all the steps, and check that they had subscribed, because that was a condition, but don't tell YouTube. Right, we have a name. Excuse me. And I'm not quite sure how to pronounce this. I think I'll get it right. I'm going to just pull up a little reaction. Let's get a little reaction going on here. Are you ready? I hope you are. I hope you're in the chat. I hope you're watching this. The winner of God of War Ragnarok and 60 days of PlayStation Plus Premium is Double M's! Yahoo! I think it's Double M's. Double Double MZZ. I don't know, but they won, and they did. I've got the tweet. It was actually a fairly recent entry as well, and I verified that they have subscribed as well. So thank you so much to all of you for entering. I will be in touch with Double M's, Double MZ, Double MZ. It probably is, isn't it? Double MZZ. I will be in touch, Martinez. Martinez said that's me. Brilliant. Love it. It certainly isn't. That's fantastic. Congratulations, says Nakinu. Yeah, absolutely. If you're in the chat, say hello, wave. Enjoy the congrats. There's a load of folk here saying congrats to you. Bless. GG says it's angry. I am, as always, gutted, guys, if it wasn't you. But it's a fantastic prize, and we've still got Callisto Protocol and more. As you know, I try and do a big, decent giveaway every week. Sometimes something a little bit different. And if you are a Team Rock member, you are automatically added to all of my giveaways. And sometimes, as you guys know, sometimes I do a members only giveaway as well. So it's worth being one of those. I see the double M and the Z, mostly Martinez. Yeah, he could be, couldn't he? He could be related. It's not him, though. It is absolutely not him. In fact, I'm just wondering whether to try and do this live on Twitter. I don't know. No, it's 6 o'clock because I don't like to tread on William's toes. William, of course, Simply Porn Gaming. He will be streaming literally now. I don't know what he is streaming today, but here we go. I can tell you he is going to be streaming Halo Infinite, so that will probably be with Ray and Wilson. There we go. Dismal Gaming. I'm seeing it on the screen. That's how's I knows. Brilliant stuff. Right. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the show. If this was your first time here, I will be back tomorrow with more of the same. And Friday, slightly differently, an hour before, I will be doing some game streaming. And then the Friday Rokk Around the Clock with the 3 Black Nut giveaways. And of course, tomorrow night, a couple of hours after the main clock, we have Rock Plays, which is our kind of more grown-up discussion show on all things gaming and cloud gaming. Thank you for joining me. I'm going to go back and review this technically now and see how much the quality held up. See if this is a way forward for the show in the future. I'm going to go and get in touch with Double MZZ or Double M's and break the good news. I will be seeing you guys on tomorrow's show, and I may be streaming a very, very special game tomorrow or maybe later. We shall see. Take care. Have a fantastic Wednesday.